Warren Buffett is uncanny because he buys when things, like I think you said this week or last week, when there's blood in the streets.
Yeah.
Right? And he's got a heap of cash and they're going, Warren, please, give us some money. And Warren goes, okay, like he did with Bank of America, right? When they went to him in the GFC and said, please buy some. And he went, okay, I'll buy 500 million and I want a 10% guaranteed dividend. Mm-hmm. That's $50 million a year for 10 years. And he bought them, he bought warrants, I think, at something ridiculous, like $8. Right, and he sold them at like 36 or something. Like he made an absolute killing.
That's incredible.
And he did that because he waited and waited and waited, and he waited through all those people go, Warren Buffett's an old bastard. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. Exactly what they're doing now. Mm. I saw one guy the other day say, "Oh, Warren Buffett should buy Bitcoin." It's like, oh Jesus, please. He's 24-year-olds telling 94-year-olds what he should be doing with all his money. I mean, honestly, probably his mother's basement, right? Like, it's just crazy. But what I'm saying is you've just got to have a little bit of faith from knowing history to say it's not going to be different.
Well, you made a good point, I think, before we started recording today's podcast, was economic history is seldom taught now, or
it's not taught.
Not at a depth, at least.
It's not taught at all. It's not a subject in a modern economics degree that I'm aware of. They don't teach you about, Adam Smith, Karl Marx, Schumpeter, Keynes, all of these famous economists who are fantastic, right? John Kenneth Galbraith, Joan Robinson. They're unbelievably insightful, but they don't teach it anymore. Right, so this is why I say kids of today, there's no idea of history.
Yeah, and it's not their fault because they're not being taught it necessarily.
Well, they're not being taught, right? And it's all, supply and demand charts and guns and butter, which is an old inside joke. But the point being, this is why I say you've got to understand history, because if you don't know where you're going. The best guide to the future is generally looking at the past. Yeah. And nobody's doing it. That's why I'm old, sitting there going, oh, you better be careful. Coach at 40, oh, you old fart, get out of the way. Like, I've just made money in 6 months. What would you know? It's like, okay, because they've only thought about life for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.